Okay, who's felt down or not themselves, whether it be prior to or during this pandemic? Because I know I have at least twice a week, and that is totally okay. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, being distressed, or depression, these are key factors as to why we as students tend to slack on our academics, and it's understandable because we tend to forget that along with our physical health, our mental health is just as important. So taking care of it, whether you feel it's temporary or not important at the time, it is crucial to our day-to-day life. I was one of those people for a year that didn't feel comfortable expressing my mental issues with anyone. I was not only hiding it from other people, I was hiding it from myself because of the negative stereotype I personally thought it to be. So I'll be discussing a couple beliefs that people tend to think or people tend to feel when they hear the word mental health or mental illness. And I'll discuss why certain or why ethnic groups feel the way they feel when it comes to mental health. For starters, mental health is a combination of course, your mental, your emotional, and also your communal health. That means that it impacts the way you feel and the way you think. Also, the way you act. According to Skylie Ross, mental health alters the way you think. In other words, that means you're just a human. You're open to sicknesses and illnesses just like any other person. She also stated that it's only 5% of crimes committed in the U.S. that are committed by people who are mentally ill. So that small percentage, even though it's a percentage, it's less than the greater percentages out there with or pertaining to criminal activities committed by other people who are mentally stable. The best thing for someone to do if they are feeling down or not feeling themselves or just feeling different in a low kind of way is to seek help. But the embarrassment and the shame that comes with mental illness, whether it's influenced by your family or your friends, it prevents that individual from getting the help that they need. Also stated by Skylie Ross, she said that if you're courageous or brave or have the strength to even open up to someone, you're elevating that stigma, which means you're the complete opposite of when you hear or when others or include even you think that you're weak or that person's weak because they have a mental illness or they want to seek help. They're brave because a lot of people keep that issue inside of them and they for the rest of their life and they don't say anything to anyone and it takes a toll on their life. Also, according to Henderson, Ezenslako, and Thurmacroft, these three authors in their journals stated that different ethnic groups go through different histories or different experiences with mental health care, and that puts a barrier between them and the mental health care and seeking help. And they also said that they believe in the future there should be research in regards to subgroups and potential interactions within other subgroups as far as their attitudes and their behavior with seeking help and preventing just keeping that guilt inside of you. And I completely agree with that. So I have discussed and talked about like the true meaning of mental health, a couple of beliefs people think of when they hear the word mental issue or mental health, and I also talked about the ethnic group thought of mental health. Mental health, again, is your communal, your mental, and your emotional health, and it impacts your life. So seeking help is the best thing that you can do. I do feel like as students, some people or some of us have one foot in the real world, and some of us have the other foot on the outside, or my bad, at home. And at times it can get overwhelming and it can get lonely. So we need someone to talk to. So in other words, if you feel like you can do everything on your own, that is not necessarily true. I want everyone to know that if you have, or if you're going through something, that it is okay to not be okay, and to know that it is you owe it to yourself to at least try to maintain a good mental health, because it will help you as far as improving your day-to-day life and being able to manage your internal problems.